Mm-hmm. Hey, Alice. How you doing, love? Say medicine's been knocking you out. I know how that is sometimes. Sometimes I gotta take enough to knock myself out. Not breathing too hot and stuff. It really ain't took much to keep me weak enough to go ahead and go to sleep. Yeah, that's why I quit that pain clinic because they was using me as a guinea pig. Every month they was changing my stuff, and I wasn't sitting fancy with that at all. Put me on one thing only, and leave me there. I ain't there for a project. I was there because I was hurting. Paula's got a wrench.
Polly wants cracker.
They go. I know we'd get it.
Hey, I yelled it, but I don't care.
Yeah, they got we got her knocked out there now. That's right. There you go.
Polly wants cracker. Polly wants cracker.
I am uploading a video. Me and Christina got out about the house today. Uh, we went down to town. It has been a nasty old day. I'm talking about it's rained like pouring piss out of a boot around here. Uh, but sometimes I just get where these four walls just close in on me, and I like just get out. Hey, Lisa, how you doing, love? Uh, yeah. Uh, well, I went by my sister's and did my breathing treatment. That's when I called Paula. Uh, yeah, weather changing, and that rain's cold rain too. Um, it said 45% chance, but I mean it rained for like 4 hours straight without any stopping. Uh, but we went in there, and I know it was a hurting and stuff, but I had to get out in the house for a little while. So we rode out and went and looked around in Walmart a little bit, and I got me one of the. I didn't take my tens unit with me, so I got me one of them little Hoover round ride on. And uh, yeah, when I called you, I had just got done with it because I was still at my sister's at that time. Uh, it seems like it helps a little bit, but it takes a while for it to take effect or anything. Um, I think these um, pres prednisone or something other, whatever it is. I think between it and that uh, other antibiotic is doing the best I've ever seen. Because I mean, yeah, I keep losing my agents in. What do you mean you can't add Christine as a friend?
Uh-huh.
Friend request Lisa Ann
On what?
on Messenger or Facebook, whatever it is. Hey, Connie, agents in. But they seem to be working the best. but uh, my voice ain't completely back because every once in a while it'll start going back down a little bit. But I'm not favoring any. Um, I've been having some headaches, and I'm having to prop up a little more than I usually am when I'm trying to lay down. You just got home from work. Good deal. Is it raining down there? It's been raining like pouring piss out of a boot up here.
You got me, girlie.
Be saying she just sent you. Uh, I wanted to ask you
Is her profile picture
about something.
her front one?
Yeah. Um, just starting to. Um, I got thinking about it. um, I mean, I need to know if you really want to be serious with it. If you do, I will. Yes, tattoo. I will. All night too. Yeah. Uh, every year I hold a Halloween special, and I usually do it like down at Old Baptist Cemetery or something like that. Now this last past year we just did the carving, pumpkin carving, and she had to wear the goop. Um, I was thinking, since now that you're working and whatnot, if we could plan ahead. I know it's 2 more months, but if we did it, say like in the middle of the month, and went ahead and took care of the reservation, then they can't nobody take our spot. And I need you to call down there and ask and tell them from John Southern Vlogs uh, uh, to hold a Halloween special and tell them we'll do the 6 hour deal. Uh, and if you can get that in and they say okay, and we have to book it ahead of time, then that's just what we'll do. We'll wait till like in the middle of the month, let's go around or something, and do it that way. That way, you're not having to come up with uh uh $100, you know, all in one whack. You can put up $25 or $30 here and there, but I need to know ASAP what they say. Um, I'll carry everything that we need. Um, but I just, you know, and I told you we'll come down there and pick you up. And if what's his name don't like it, and kiss my ass. Um, but I want us to be serious about it and ready to go and do it. I haven't got to do a Halloween special inside of a abandoned building yet. Uh, but there we'll have access to the internet. They got 4 portal boxes that we can jump off of. So it would give us good working access inside. So we can, uh, I'll use my chest plate for to go live on. And while we was at Walmart today looking around, I had to get out of the house a while. And we just walked around a little bit. Well, she did. I got me a Hoover around. I rode around. And well, if they do, tell them what they have to bring, or pay up front. What do we got to do to get it done? But tell them Halloween for John Southern Vlogs, Paranormal Adventures for Halloween night special. Uh, that way, maybe even the radio station down there will air it. I can call and see if they'll air it, and they can play that out. Um, I think that it would be easier on all of us not having to try to come up with everything all one whack. Because we wait till the month of October, even the beginning of October, they're going to jack that price up. And it's going to be $200 or $300 a person. Y'all, y'all, we can do it. Like I said, after the third, but just bring your 100 or whatever you said it was. You said 75 or 100 right now, and if boss wants to come, they had to bring theirs. Give it to me, and I'll right after the third, I'll just use my debit card. We'll pay it and be done with it. And because she can come up with that other two, so that gets us in. Uh, and I got a big cooler we can put on the back of the truck, have drinks and snacks and stuff. And I did talk to one of the ladies here a while back, and she was telling me about the internet portals that they got in boxes, and said that they set up a booth, a table that's got like snacks and drinks and stuff on it, because a lot of people, the way they explained it, has sugar and problems and this and that, so they have snacks around. But I think if we do this, it'll start blowing us up out, really, really get us into letting people see what we're about. Hey, Alicia, how you doing? Uh, and what better time to do it than Halloween night? And don't get me wrong, every Halloween special we've done, especially at Old Baptist, it's never let us down. Never. Uh, but, you know, it's the closest thing around without going to Kentucky. And Waverly Hills may already be booked. I pray that they're not going to be booked down there. If they are, then we'll find another location. Maybe we can get a hold of Brushy Mountain State Prison, and it'd be about another 45-minute ride. But it won't make no difference. A hospital, prison, you're going to have good and bad in both. So it's really not going to make no difference. Uh, but I want us to really step it up a notch. And I think that'll be a way to get us out there and let them broadcast it uh, on radio, and things like that. I don't know what. I think that's 72.9 and 96.9. I think down that way. Uh, if y'all ever listen to 96.9, uh, there's several different ones down there we can call around uh, and just see if they can air it, and that'll help spread the word too. Maybe kind of kill two birds, one stone kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And everybody, Paula has got her wrench, so she's gonna be in there with y'all kicking butt. Daggum it. I'm gonna say this again too. If a Darren comes in, if you see it anywhere, Darren or Durwood or whatever, come on to her. Somehow got into her group chat, and we know who Darren is. So anybody that sees that name, block them from the whole show. Don't put them in timeout. Just block them. I don't even want to say the name because then I'm gonna get cranky. I don't want to see it. And next time Cindy pops up in the back, I'm gonna say a few choice words to her too. She's done it 4 days in a row, but I'm gonna let it rip when she gets back on here. I don't even know what to do. Now, some of you that just jumped on, I did make a video today. Like I said, hey, there you go. Uh, I had to get out of the house for a little while, so we went down to Walmart and rode around a little bit. I got me one of them hoover rounds, and checking out like the Halloween sections and stuff. And she tried on some shawls and hats and stuff, made pictures and whatnot. Y'all see her doing all that and uh, riding around. Um, it's just been a nasty old day out, but every once in a while I've got to get out of this daggum house. Sick, raining, snowing, whatever. I've got to. I can't just stay clammed up like a daggum, like I'm in a cage. I can't do it. And I know today was the worst day of all, getting out in that weather raining, but I had to. Um, but anyway, I titled it "A Day Out with JD and Christina." So when y'all get off here, y'all go and watch that and share them videos, even the videos, shorts, everything that I do, lives. Y'all share them with your friends, family, whoever. Even if they are not into it, if you can get to their device or something, say, look, just do it for me. You got a cousin, brother, sister, whatever. Look, just do it for me. You know. Yeah. Yes. I wish to God we could meet up. I'm telling you. I was telling Christine earlier. I said, I guarantee you. I said, if we went up there and met with Paula, I bet you we would have a ball. Uh, and that would go for anybody. Because what you see is what you get. Uh, and I know she's homegrown just like I am. We've all had our obstacles and stuff, and now she's been able to, you know, feel things that I felt, and I think it would be awesome. I don't tell what I would get into up in there. That's it. That's why I never could really move to the city because you just can't take the country out of me. I just no. I Tension's just building up in me. I think just being closed in these walls, and I do also have some not so good ideas. I mean, something to say too is I ain't been able to quit smoking cold turkey. Let me just tell y'all right now. I tried, I tried, I tried. I can't do it, but I was smoking a pack a day, to tell you the truth. But now, I think since 9 o'clock this morning, I've had like six, seven. But I cannot do it cold turkey. I tried. It's hard, harder than I really thought. It's going to be a mindset. Yeah. Uh, just a good old country girl. I tell you what, I guarantee you, if we had somewhere to go to wherever wherever one of us nut jobs to meet up in one place, I bet we'd probably get kicked out of the county before night's over with. But I wouldn't care. We'd just move on to the next. Some of my best times of ever any of my shows for YouTube has when it's just been fun nights cutting up and carrying on with one another. And I can seem like I can remember about every one of them. We think sometimes it's going to start out and it's going to be serious, and then next thing you know, we done 1,000 miles away, and them kind of days is just what you need sometimes. Just and it's not just in me; it's in everybody, you know. And it goes down to a lot of people may think of it different, but I'm going to explain it my way, the country fried way. Sometimes just a handshake, a pat on the back, a hello, a little flower, just a kind word to somebody may be something that can make that person strive to, go another day. And when I love hard, and you know, to me, y'all family, period. Even when new ones come in, they start being here, and they text and say, "Look, I'm sorry, I missed the live, this and that, and other." That lets you know, hey, I'm serious, but I had something going on and I missed it. I'm sorry. Not only is that respectful, but that shows that how endowed you are too. What we're all doing and what we're trying to express to the public here. Yeah. Uh, hey, Kathy. I mean, there's just times that when I come on and I know they're not the best shows because I either don't feel good enough or I just ain't got enough energy. And if I can't give 110% of what I'm doing, I don't want to do it. And I just still push through sometimes. But after a while, it kicks in, and yes, we did Jackson County together. Uh, it just takes a toll on you, you know. Uh, I don't know. I'm just saying. Everybody's scattered out so far here and there. I mean, we would. I don't know if there'd ever be a way we could all meet in one spot because everybody's too far out. But if we could hit every town and county and state, we could make our rounds doing that. Uh, Everybody could, whoever's in that area, tell me a local place that they know, and we can meet that way. Okay, all right, be careful. Probably raining up there too. Hey, I'll show y'all something. Check this out. I got this one about 7 8 year old. Uh, Check out my little firearm. YouTube would be happy of that. Check this little thing out. But it's not a gun. That's the only bad problem about it. It's a little pocket knife. Y'all ever seen one of them? I knocked something off his cabinet over here the other day and come find out that's what that's what I knocked off. Yes, it's rough. Y'all hear that how my voice goes in now. And then sometimes I have to stop and just wait and catch a couple breaths. Yeah, we I did that one time. I think it was my second year in, and but people were so far out that I mean they wouldn't, but like maybe 30 people showed up, But I mean it was still good crowd, but um, that's what I was talking about, um, doing like that. But the way people are so scattered out, if we're going to take like her couple days off whenever she has them like that, and go around and go to different counties and states and this and that and stuff, and spend the day or the night or whatever, we can go live the day before and let everybody know where we're at, and if they have a local place that they know and we can put on the GPS, then we can meet up, but that'd be the only way we could ever do it like that. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to meet every one of you. And I'm just telling you the truth. I don't tell what we love to get into nowadays. It won't be my fault. Um, yeah, it's uploaded now. It's called A Day Out with JD and Christina. Let me I'll turn this box on for a little bit and just see what we might hear. Um, Again, if y'all hear of, yeah, come on, hit. Now, if you already hit the like button, don't hit it again because it'll take one off. But uh, there's two that still has not done it. I know it's not Cindy in the back, so I don't know who it is. But you guys should come on in here into the chat, because you see some of these new ones right here that's been watching in the back for a long time. They come on in here and they enjoy it. They make friends here, you know, got people to talk to. It helps physically, mentally, in just near about every way that someone could be helped. You can find it right here at JSV. Tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. Talk to me. Hey,
The boat whistle.
hey, Pearl. Yeah, I feel a little better today. My voice is still going in and out a little bit, but I try to slow my breathing down as much as I possibly can. I got me a couple of inhalers here if I need it to. Kate, and I got one that's still in the box here. So.
It 400. Today, activity and
Christina's right here. Um,
That's not.
I heard something there. Thanks, love. Uh, I was going to say, um, something for that messed me up, and I forgot what I was going to say. Um, yeah, every once in a while, I'll have to chill out and just catch me a couple of breaths before I go back. If not, I'll play plumb out. Uh, and I'm still coughing some, but not as bad. Thank God. But I ain't gonna sit here and do a daggum show without daggum speaking, So it's fine. Talk to me.
Delegates. Unleash.
Jeffrey.
Hi. Challenge.
Hey, Judy. Judy says, hey, Christine.
It's undefeated. A scare. They are.
A scare?
Yeah.
Children.
Let's compete.
No, don't compete on doing that to children.
Vision.
Wait till Halloween.
So,
Like it.
bring your top and give it
Bring your top and what?
something. I was a smoke.
There was a spider in church.
Rise.
Arise.
Receiving.
No,
It
I
is
don't.
quite brilliant.
I am not a medium.
It's, you know, shouldn't fight.
We had one in there in the bathroom yesterday.
Rob.
Robin.
Over.
Judy says, hello, spirit, sending love and light.
You don't. Labor. Why is it this direction? When they went in, fence. This will part. Office.
My winnings. Let's go party.
Is this fight a fight?
You got any candy for that? Cool.
Wait. Information.
Let's just see what we can find up here. Oh yeah. Now remember what my memory is so bad, guys. If I get ready to say something and I'm listening to something else, I'll forget every time of what I'm going to say. Uh, and I asked all of you to do this, every one of you. Um, Look online or missing teens and children, adults, whatever, up toward Tennessee way. And there's a few things that you might want to take note of, uh, like Chattanooga, Tennessee, uh, Lacey Springs, um, Cerebral, um, Dover, Clarksville, Nashville, uh, You did? When did you send it? uh, anyway, I would like for us to start on some new ones, some fresh ones, some that we're not going in, month or two late on. So if any of you can find any going up through any of them areas, because I have to go through them areas to get up into Tennessee where I need to go in the first place. So if y'all can find anything in them areas, uh, that's new, that's hot right now, uh, just send them to me. Uh, Make sure it's a clip that we can play and listen to, and got some pictures on it and stuff like that, and get started. You'll send it in the group chat. Okay. Ginseng hunting. Yeah. Uh, Me and my papa, he took me out and showed me how to know the difference in ginseng, and you can get a whole sack of it and bring it home and lay it out to dry, and when it dries out, it don't weigh hardly an ounce. You have to have a lot of that stuff. They use it in a lot of medicines and drinks nowadays. A lot of people believe in that ginseng. Let's see what we can find here. Just see what might pop up. Parents have just been arrested. See, here we go with that. Um, Parents have just been arrested, and it says 8 minutes ago. Right there, with anybody with any sense, won't listen to none of that crap, because we know that more than 2 weeks now that at least three have been arrested. Uh, Malaya, Daniel, Logan, and Justin, and I don't know if Darren's on the run, but that's why I say if he pops up, block him from everything, wipe him clean out. Um, I don't want him in here, because if I did that, and if he's around like a perv that he is, and he's around children, and able was to do anything, it wouldn't be out of meaning to, but it could scar children for the rest of their life, because you don't really care who's around or what's going on. Um, and if I see him in here, that's the very thing I'm going to do. And I don't want innocent people in the way of it. So get rid of him quick. Yeah, well, see, when see, this thing. It's kind of like when the trouble we have sometimes when the computer lags. Same thing in people. We know for a fact, for definite, that Malaya, Daniel, and Logan have been locked up for the last 11 to 12 days. And this here says parents have just been arrested after something that's bullcrap. Or either they're just late to the game one. I don't know. But like I said last night, there's no way that they're going to have somebody come in and confess the truth of this, and then go find the bodies of the children that they talked about, and then just let them walk free. That don't work. So with them saying 8 minutes ago they had got locked up. Okay, she sent it on the group chat. Save it for me.
She sent a link. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they don't get no better on this, it's just 7 minutes. But if they don't clarify and clear that up, I ain't gonna like this person either. Uh, so let's just see what they say. Uh, it's, it's common sense. If you participate in hiding a body or taking a life, they're not going to let you walk out. They're not. That's why the warrants were made. It was not for search warrants. It was warrants for their arrest. So for 11 to 12 days now, they've been in jailhouse. Um, Soon they'll move to prison until court date. But I still say again, now RCMP needs to go ahead and tell everything. I know that Ava has done clarified and Lily clarified. Summers clarified certain things. Ava clarified on that as well. So I'm not worried with them not having everything they need now. Uh, Now, to dig or whatnot, yeah, they may have to get their permits or court orders, but uh, that would be pretty much in Summer's situation. Uh, but uh, Jack and Lily, they'll be taking care of them here out. So there's nothing else we can do with Jack and Lily right now until we find out what the sentencing is, uh, and then make sure that every day is like torment in there for them. That's the only thing we can do.
Fuel up, Limu. Lots of people to tell about customizing and saving with Liberty Mutual.
Oh, get off my
Those are mine.
Today, a shocking twist has rocked a small community in Nova Scotia. Daniel and Melia Sullivan, the parents of missing siblings Lily, 6, and Jack, 4, have been arrested in connection with their disappearance. After months of searching, thousands...
I can and offered to. And he said no. And I explained what could happen. And even though this was fault from the mom and the stepdad, these children are still so humble that they still love their parents regardless. But I know he don't have nothing for his mama's feller, but he still loves his mama. And if she came in there, we know what's going to happen to both of them. And there's some other children that could be running around in there too. And he don't want none of them hurt. That's the only reason it didn't happen back then. But I can definitely ask again. And if he says yeah, then hey, more the merrier. I'll do it in a second. But I can remember many times offering, many times. And one way I look at it, and that's just me, but two wrongs don't make a right. But now, if you're doing something like what that fella was doing to Lily, not letting her tell where she's at, and it just being 6 years old, that made a big difference for me. Yeah, I can do that as well, and I have before, and that's when we found out that it was a bag and it was weighted down, and it was out there close to the dock at the pier for that what whatever that was. Um, I forget. I got it. I got it there. It's got about 3,000 hits on it. And then apparently they dove it and got it and took to the funeral home and then brought to the home and stayed there. And I guess they've been people coming in and out that they may be bringing friends and stuff. And in their mind, they could be like, this could be somebody just looking around in my home, seeing if they see anything that could, give it away. And I think that's why they did what they did when they emptied it out there next to the lake or creek or river, whatever he was talking about. And then somebody asked me about a bench, and I asked that, and I heard, yeah. But I can definitely ask again. Uh, but I don't like the thoughts of anyone innocent uh, getting hurt or in the way of something like this, and them not have nothing to do with it, especially children. Got to kind of be careful when you're dealing with a spirit realm because Ava just does not care. Period. She gets the job done, but she just, when it comes to children, I've seen her do it even on adults when they'd be abused at nursing homes and things. I mean, it caused thousands of dollars worth of damage just to medical equipment. You know, she's one of them kind that if you unleash it, ain't nothing you can do back till it comes back and hold it down again. What she goes out and does, I cannot control that. I say the name, the location, and that's where she goes. But yeah, I'll ask her again. Just remind me.
Of tips and tireless. Today, a shocking twist has rocked a small community in Nova Scotia. Daniel and Amelia Sullivan, the parents of missing siblings Lily, 6, and Jack, 4, have been arrested in connection with their disappearance. After months of searching, thousands of tips, and tireless investigation, the people who were supposed to protect these children are now at the center of the story. And here's a question for you. Could it really be that the parents knew more than they let on? Think about that for a moment. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think. Be honest. Where are you watching from? We want to hear from everyone around the world. 2,000 subscribers. You've of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Stick with us because the truth behind their disappearance is slowly coming to light, and the answers.
But it ain't none of your business where we all from.
Shock you. This story is far from over, and the journey is just beginning. It all began on May 2nd, 2025, in the quiet rural town of Pictou County, Nova Scotia, a place where neighbors knew each other by name and children played freely under the watchful eyes of their families. But that ordinary day would mark the start of a nightmare. Lily, 6, and her younger brother Jack, just 4, never came home. Panic spread quickly. Calls to the police flooded in. Neighbors searched door to door. Within hours, a massive search operation was underway. Over 160 trained searchers combed fields and forests, while helicopters scanned the sky and drones swept over rugged terrain. Canine units followed faint trails that humans could barely see. Every second counted. Every lead mattered. Despite the tireless effort, no trace of the children was found. The hours turned into days, and the days into weeks. Families across the community and the entire nation felt the weight of their absence. Media outlets across Canada broadcast every update.
Now she's leaving out some things. Everybody catch this. She's leaving out some things. She's leaving out Logan, Justin, Jesse, um, Cindy, Belinda, uh, his dad. She's leaving a lot of this stuff out. Plus, where Jack was also found. If she don't bring that up in a minute, then she ain't no counting either. Because what has already happened and they have already got the evidence of, that's what people needs to be speaking of as at the moment. Hey, Annie.
Social media campaigns and online forums erupted with theories, leads, and prayers for the safe return of Lily and Jack. Nearly 500 tips poured in from the public, each one meticulously reviewed by investigators. Helicopters continued to circle, drones hovered over treetops, and volunteers never stopped searching. But the forest gave no answers, the streams whispered no clues, and the house where Lily and Jack had lived remained eerily quiet. The community's hope began to mix with fear and frustration.
Yeah. Get me to coughing here, daggone. Yeah. The silence in Daniel's house is because he them kids in there playing with them toys, and he left out of there and ain't been back. Daggone it. I'd love to have been a daggone fly on the wall watching that. I'm telling you. I bet he near about knocked that front door off the hinges. Dummy.
Questions multiplied. Where were Lily and Jack? Who had seen them last? And most importantly, how could two young children vanish without a trace? Every parent, every neighbor, every citizen who followed the story was gripped by the same unsettling thought. Something about this disappearance didn't feel ordinary. As the days and weeks passed, the focus of the investigation.
Okay. One more time, I'm going to say this. I know what she's leading up to, and she's trying to set boundaries between making things look worse than they are and trying to make things seem not so bad. And that is going to piss me off. Here's one tell, and I know for a fact that each one of us is sitting here listening, Dave. When you sit down on your ass. Now, that's what I'm doing. She can tell her tale, but I'm gonna sit on mine, and I believe y'all will too. Now, dadgummit, she said plainly, she screamed at Jack, and she went down to do some wash. And when she come back up, she was alone. Well, she hollered for Logan, and they got back down to the bottom of the stairs, and there Jack was laying on a blanket at the foot of the steps, dead, cold. Okay, that's stupid right off the top. You know, that was just stupidity out of her mouth, period. But it was a confession. All right. Then she talked Logan and Daniel into moving the body. Okay. We heard that part. That was a confession. Daniel admitted to it. Logan admitted to it. Malay admitted to it. And you know them are not the only three that knew where they put Jack. Because they wanted to put him somewhere where they would think that they would be the only ones to ever go to that spot. And to make sure that it stays that way. Numbnuts is the one that went back and started moving the bodies. because he wanted to claim the money. Now, that's their tale. And we can go ahead and just sit here on ours because that right there, that's as murder one. I don't care how you look at it. Her picking him up, he plainly stated, y'all heard him with his own little mouth saying, I was choked and beaten and broke my neck. Plain and simple. Throwing him around. And I guess they did try to throw him off some stairs or something in a basement somewhere. And to see if that would look right. Well, that didn't look right neither. So they covered him up with a sheet and a backpack, sling bag. They did not move Jack that very day. When Lily pitched a fit, I'm sure, and was scared and had her back turned, that's the moment they took her life as well. She was not in her room listening to music while hearing her brother scream and being beat. No, see, that dog won't hunt. 2. That makes 3 confessions. Daniel, Malaya, and Logan. This person here can't make light of the situation. A confession is a confession. Or if you come in and do it yourself or not, making in your mind thinking, well, if I go in and confess, everything won't be so hard on me. Well, you're full of crap because you're still going to get the same punishment. When you fool with a corpse, you might as well kill the person. They're all guilty. Both moms know where and what happened. Even Cody's mom knows what happened. She just didn't want to say it. Now, I don't know if up there her age is going to have any effect of what they may do about her withholding evidence. I don't know. But there's going to be several people that's going to be charged with holding evidence on this case. And remember what she also said. She said that she put the kids in the basement, and Lily said that they had a one little half mattress in there, and she went out on vacation with her friends. Came back. There you go. That part was half truth. They took both them children's lives in the house. They put them children in the basement, let her go on vacation, spend some time with her friends, come back, everybody figure out what they want to do, where they want to place them to get rid of the evidence. And that's what Lily picked up. She heard it, and she stated it, and we jotted it down. 3 weeks later, they told what she had just said, what we just now mentioned. Everything that we have caught, we've caught either 2 to 3 weeks before it was ever even said. That's why I say I take the children's word over anybody or anything. They're the ones that know. And, down there with them dirty soiled diapers and in the dark and whatnot. And I asked Lily, I said, are you still in the basement? Are you in the dark? She said, no, we're outside. So they put her one place and put him one place. Didn't want them to put them together because it would look too suspect. And they know it takes time to do in this length of time, to do even a bone marrow test. It'd take a while to come back. And if they spread them out, it might not look so bad like they did it, like Somebody else could have come and did it. The confessions, they were so stupid to the fact that not knowing that these phones were bugged, they heard every confession. And they didn't just today, 8 minutes ago, get locked up. They got their butt locked up about 11 or 12 days ago. And they'll never get out again. They won't make it that long. And I can't stand when they do that and try to make lighter of the situation, especially when it comes to a child. Tell the daggum truth. It's not that hard. Take your punishment and deal with it. I mean, yeah, Logan come in and spilled the beans. Okay. They could give him some credit for that. And about the only thing that they would give him, and I will bank you any amount you want, the only thing that they will do for him is give him already time served that he's been in a jailhouse. That's the only leniency that he will possibly get. Other, to differ from the rest. But these elders, the mom and are both grandparents, and whatnot, they still got to be accounted for. Daniel's dad's still got to be accounted for. Whoever Jesse is running with this, Justin, if he's in it, then he's going to be part of it. The woman across the street that was cutting footage, she's withholding footage too. Somewhere on a card, well, they won't need a card, but they have a machine that they can plug these things up. And even if you take the chip out of the trail cam, authorities can still get footage of what you've deleted. And apparently she don't realize that. So they're going to get her little butt too. And I believe she did this because she was involved with Daniel getting her meth. And they had a good little subdivision there going and didn't want things messed up. And the very words that come out of Malaya's mouth, she said, if we don't deal with both of them, everything is going to be ruined. And that's why you heard on the tapped phone, well, she's a liability. She had to go. And even said that they should have left the baby so the baby could have got the same thing. But thank God it did not. So Jack and Lily, they're took care of. They're okay. But I still don't like nobody to lie on the deceased, especially a past child. That's so disgracious. It just, okay. It just makes your skin crawl. Okay. So let's just listen and see what this nut job has to say.
One meticulously reviewed by investigators. Helicopters continued to circle, drones hovered over treetops, and volunteers never stopped searching. But the forest gave no answers, the streams whispered no clues, and the house where Lily and Jack had lived remained eerily quiet. The community's hope began to mix with fear and frustration. Questions multiplied. Where were Lily and Jack? Who had seen them last? And, most importantly, how could two young children vanish without a trace? Every parent, every neighbor, every citizen who followed the story was gripped by the same unsettling thought. Something about this disappearance didn't feel ordinary. As the days and weeks passed, the focus of the investigation began to shift. With no sightings, no clear leads, and the children still missing, attention turned closer to home, the very household where Lily and Jack had lived. Neighbors started recalling unusual moments, strange behavior, and inconsistencies in what was publicly shared.
2 drops of that stuff on a corner of a paper towel or something other in a room will make your room smell just like that for about 12 to 14 hours. I use it sometimes in here, and sometimes even the next day still smells kind of good. Yeah, I'm gonna soon need some coffee too. Are you going into the kitchen?
I can.
Or where were you headed? I know you're supposed to get up.
I was just supposed to move all this
Lay down.
sprawl out.
I don't know if there's any more coffee left or not. But
I can check.
if not, if you don't care, put me on the hot.
You think this is in here?
Huh?
You think this is in here?
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Paula says, "Hey, Kristen."
Hey, Paula.
Oh,
I'm guessing she didn't hear me when I said Paula wants a cracker.
she probably didn't use being off that far away. She said Paula wanted a cracker earlier, but she didn't say you heard her.
Same unsettling thought. Something about this disappearance didn't feel ordinary. As the days and weeks passed, the focus of the investigation began to shift. With no sightings, no clear leads, and the children still missing, attention turned closer to home, the very household where Lily and Jack had lived. Neighbors started recalling unusual moments, strange behavior, and inconsistencies in what was publicly shared. And now, here's a question for you. Could the people closest to Lily and Jack actually hold the key to their disappearance? Think about that for a moment and drop your thoughts in the comments. Where are you watching from? We want to hear from everyone following this story.
Ain't none of your business.
While speculation is never proof, investigators could not ignore these patterns.
Good
Every
deal.
detail had to be considered carefully. Pressure mounted on law enforcement to sift through hundreds of tips, hundreds of interviews, and hours of surveillance footage. Every lead, every observation, no matter how small, was cross-checked. The community watched anxiously, wondering if the truth was hidden in plain sight, right inside the home where the children had lived. Could it really be that those who were supposed to protect Lily and Jack were now at the center of the investigation?
Duh. Like Summer says. Duh. You're not going to kill one child. Let another child see the killing and not take the other one's life too. Because it's a liability. But you got to be a pretty sick freak to do it, but they all are.
After months of relentless investigation, law enforcement finally took a decisive step. Daniel and Malia Sullivan were arrested in connection with the disappearance of Lily and Jack. The announcement sent shockwaves through Pictou County and across Canada. Authorities emphasized a critical point. An arrest does not mean guilt. Charges mark the beginning of a legal process, not a conclusion. The courts will now weigh the evidence, examine testimonies, and determine accountability. For the community,
That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. Oh, it's still on? Good
I put
deal.
you in another pot and I put sugar and your creamer.
Oh, thank you, baby.
By the way, I know if you got
Oh,
creamer. I forgot to get creamer. That's what it was. I knew we were getting something though.
we'll have to get some here no more. It ain't but 15 to 5 now.
But I knew we were forgetting something. I just didn't know what.
Yeah, I'm feeling somewhat better. I still kind of lose my voice a little bit off and on, but I still cough a little bit. But I'm getting there. thank y'all, every one of you, for your prayers. It's really, really shown it's helping. But duh, of course they were. And she lied right there because gave charges to Daniel and Malaya a week and a half ago. Murder one, uh, manslaughter for both. Logan tampering with a corpse. Okay, can hold up to a 15-year max.
That's just disgusting. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what she's saying right here is just a bunch of bull.
Crap.
So
Some bull shark.
so
She said that.
she's either got in later in the game or something, but no, they've done been charged. And you know, on Logan's behalf, it was determined on the cause of Lily's death. But she plainly told us hit in the head, uh, strangled with a cord, and pillow put over her face. And it could have accidentally snapped that little neck before she smothered. I don't know. But then again, it might not have.
Why is there a laughing emoji?
Because she said, I can't do that, my creamer. She knows I can't.
Sorry.
But anyway, they've done been charged. And they're just still trying to rack up charges. And yes, it is in a criminal offense. See, she's trying to make light of the deal, saying that, well, just because they're arrested don't mean that they're guilty. You're not going to be up in the jailhouse if they ain't got proof that you did something.
For real.
And besides, this is their children. Of course, they're going to be held liable.
For real.
So she can't play this thing off like the charges don't stick or they ain't charged them with a crime. Because we know that they done damn did.
Stupid.
We heard it a week and a half ago. The charges. And even Logan's. So, look out.
Emotions were intense and conflicting. Relief that progress had been made, shock that the parents were implicated, grief for the children, and frustration at months of unanswered questions. The case had moved from a search operation into a legal process, introducing direct accountability for the first time. Behind the scenes, investigators had worked tirelessly, hundreds of interviews, careful surveillance review, tip analysis, and meticulous examination of every detail. This was not a sudden development. It was the result of methodical work, persistence, and dedication.
And another thing she's not wanting to bring up, she's not wanting to give anybody spotlight. Okay, I agree. Without the campers' findings, they probably would have never found any of these children. I believe the one that first found Jack should at least get the portion of the reward. And with finding Jack, and now it done. They RC does already have the DNA from Lily, and things like that. So all that's already all right. Only thing we need to really do is call out people that doing any lying like this or trying to make light of the problem, and just sit back and wait for a court date. That's the only thing we can do now for them. But it wouldn't be like a little 7 or 10 minute clip, so I wanted us to listen to it for a minute.
Every clue, Every pattern, every small piece of evidence contributed to this breakthrough. And yet, despite the arrests, the central question remains: where are Lily and Jack? What truly happened to them? The answer.
See how she worded that. Okay, I'll check it out just in a second. Uh, Listen how she worded that. Even though they're arrested, but where is Jack and Lily? She's trying to make it out saying kind of like, well, they can't hold them for anything if they can't find the children. Well, that just told us 100% without a doubt they done found the children. Common sense goes a long way. I mean, that gum, okay. 2 and 2 is 4. I mean, I think you learned that in second grade. I mean, come on. Who gonna fall for that mess?
Answers have not yet been revealed, and the journey towards justice is just beginning.
The answers are not yet revealed. Of course not, because they're trying to figure out and deal with the cause of death with Lily. And if it broke the neck first, then it could be another type criminal charge on top of premeditated murder. And when these come out in the wash, it probably be premeditated because it's been talked about so much that Daniel could not stand these children from the beginning to current. So he's been stewing on it. And that means that it was, thought up. And he probably just didn't know when or how she was going to snap on one of them. And it probably even shocked him when she started throwing him around in the bathroom. He may have thought, well, she would never get that far, but did. And then when they all panicked, they let too many people in. And like Darren, well, Logan, Justin, they're all telling everything. And that just gave us 100% clarity that they do already have them. That all they got to do now is get the paperwork back and set them a court date.
If you've been following this case, share your thoughts below. What do you think investigators discovered that led to these arrests? And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and join a community determined to keep the spotlight on Lily and Jack. Your support matters now more than ever because every comment,
What you reckon caused them to go ahead and lock up Daniel and Malaya and Logan? What do you reckon that they have done to just get locked up? If I was this woman, I would take this down and I would pour a gallon of gas on my phone and burn it. And dig another hole somewhere and stick your head in it because that's about ignorant. An ostrich is about like a nit-witted person. They'll bury their head in the ground but leave the rest of the body out, thinking that they can't be seen. Well, why do we reckon these people are getting arrested because of 2 murdered babies? Yeah, I mean, well, criminally, with them being in the same home, uh, being acceptable to breathing that in, yes. But as this here on the fourth month rolling in, uh, there would be no trace of the methamphetamines in the bloodstream or anything like that anymore. Especially with the decay and everything and animals and you name it, but it's done been mentioned that they were around and could have incepted the breathing of the meth been made. Hey Zoe, how you doing, love? Hey, come
Review, and every subscriber is a step closer to the truth.
Don't just take classes, take charge. Start your comeback today at purdueglobal.edu.
To the truth.
A subscriber don't make you closer to the truth on a murder trial. I, whoever this is, just just come out from under a rock somewhere because apparently she don't understand, you know, the reality of it. That's right. That's right, Annie. That's right.
Even with the arrests made, the story was far from over. Behind the scenes, investigators continued working tirelessly. Every tip, every lead, every inconsistency was analyzed with.
I had to get out of the house. I know it wasn't nothing but just looking around and stuff. I mean, that's the best we can do. But like I told them earlier, these four walls close in on me. Every once in a while, I've got to get out of the house. I mean, sometimes it don't hurt to just get out and look around, just hang out, away from the house for a little while. And that's what we did. So, yeah, they'll be charged with murder, drug manufacturing, contributing to two minors, uh, um, withholding evidence, two counts of premeditated murder will be capital one on both, and of course, with them throwing and having searchers to search, knowing that they were not there, that's fooling with it, the investigate impeding an investigation. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool in there. I think I don't know. When it's going up an aisle, I kind of made a joke of it. I was talking about some shoes and a pair of boots in there, the biggest ones that's ever been made in the world. I thought them things was just dogs. So, and she found out some past that I have seen in some of the horror movies. If anybody's ever watched the movie Silence, they say on there, Mary Shaw had no children, only dolls. And they said that when she passed, that her spirit went into them dolls. And they still believe that to this day. It's based on a true story. And it's called Silence. And that, I think it was the first mask she come out with. That's what one of the dolls that she had that looked like. It's pretty neat. When y'all get off all this, I'll go watch it.
Painstaking care. Surveillance footage was reviewed, timelines reconstructed, and hundreds of interviews revisited. Nothing was left to chance. Investigators emphasized that each detail mattered, from the smallest observation to the faintest clue. This of information contributed to a clearer picture of what may have happened to Lily and Jack. The arrests were the result of months of careful, methodical work, not a sudden decision. For the public, this was.
Of course, it wasn't a sudden decision, dummy. They had to find the children. I don't know if it's just in the genes with some people or what. I don't know how some people can be this ignorant to the fact. You could go in the jailhouse and say that you killed 50 people on Elm Street. But until they prove it, they can't get your word for it. That's why when he went in there and started telling where the bodies was, especially Jack, they went and there he was. So now they're held accountable. They had to have the last piece of the puzzle to do it. That's what they were waiting on. Now, like I said, 11, 12 days ago, is already done. So they would rather, yes, trust me, have the death penalty than to live out the rest of their life having to hear, see, dream, think of these children. It's going to be hell. And I'll try to make it even worse than that. The most I possibly can. They don't deserve any special treatment. No, nothing. They didn't give it to these children. They don't need it either. And like I said, I know somebody that can run that thought from the process of day one till current date to run that through their mind every day that they're alive. Yeah.
Both a moment of progress and a reminder of how complex this case had become. While arrests signaled movement, the ultimate goal remained the same: finding the children and understanding the truth behind their disappearance.
What did we just got through saying? Finding the children. They wanted to get the feedback from the autopsies so they'd know how to do, the rest of the charging. Now, like I said, all we got to do now is just wait and see, like even on Logan, they said it would differ according on how Lily's death occurred. But Daniel and Malaya, that's it. It don't make no difference. One is just as good as two or 100. They're gone.
Communities across Nova Scotia, and indeed the entire nation, followed every update closely, hoping that persistence and vigilance would finally bring clarity. Even as the investigation advanced behind closed doors, the central question remained: where are Lily and Jack, and what truly happened? The answers were still unfolding, piece by piece, as law enforcement worked to uncover every detail. The arrests sent shockwaves through Pictou County. Families who had searched tirelessly felt a mix of relief, sorrow, and frustration. Nationwide, people were stunned, hearts heavy, and eyes fixed on the unfolding story. The disappearance of Lily and Jack had become more than a local tragedy. It had become a matter of national concern, highlighting the importance of vigilance, accountability, and collective action. Now the case moves into the courts.
Collective actions. Y'all just heard that. Collective actions, which means they finally got the last bit of evidence they could get, which will mean both children plus DNA. All of them have been swabbed for DNA, and it's going to come back. And yeah, that tail end there, what you just said, court, yes, that's what we're going to be waiting to hear, is when they're going to have their day in court. and I want us to watch it. Like I said, I'll put it on the big screen. I'll put the computer right in front of the TV, and we'll sit there and watch every bit of it together. They can't deny out of it now. They done admitted to it. But I want to see them face expressions when they get sentenced. And then I want us to hurry up and get back in here and see what the kids think about the situation. It'll be a wonderful day for them children. Yeah, and I figure it's going to be probably a good week or so worth of, court hearings, or maybe even more. But it don't make no difference. Whatever time it's going to come on, that's the time we'll sit and watch. Because they deserve everything they get, and then some.
Investigators will present evidence, witness statements will be examined, and timelines scrutinized. The road ahead is long, and the legal process will determine the next steps. But every development brings us closer to the truth, closer to accountability, and closer to justice for Lily and Jack. And here's a question for you. Where are you watching from? What do you think will happen next in this case? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
It ain't none of your business where we're from, dummy. So, now think of it this way. Now, I know some of you that's new may have not ever heard of me. Well, some of you that's new in chat have been watching for a while in the back. So maybe you have heard about Ava. Ava is one of them that can cause dreams, show images, the whole 9 yards. And I always give people the benefit of the doubt. But I built up with all this chase and tail and nothing coming out of it. Us just rehearing junk. Okay? Now think of it this way. We just now, yesterday or day before yesterday, got Ava involved, correct? Everybody agree? Everybody agree on that? It was either yesterday or day before yesterday one. We got Ava involved. Correct? Now look at the turnout. Listen to what she said about how the communities were so surprised and shook up. That's a damn lie. They all had their ideas and speculations. So does Cody's mom. Daniel's mom knew what happened because she was there. When you do something and you take enough of it, and I get Ava involved, and I'll give you an example of how she can work. Well, I'll let you guys hear her voice the other day. She got the kids to talk to us plain as day, to answer the questions. When my computer was messing up, somebody was trying to, hack my computer. Well, that went on for 3 or 4 days. I was having to use the phone to go live. I can't see it. It's too little. And I throwed a fit about it. And I said, well, whoever's trying to mess this up, I said, we'll just deal with it. Got Ava involved. The very next day, what happened? It was fixed back like it's supposed to be. The guy showed up. He come in here and got it done. And the only thing he had to do when he got here was just run a test because it had already fixed. Just like the group up in New York. You know, I've done mentioned this several times, but for some of you new ones, she tore up thousands and thousands of dollars worth of good equipment, laptops, cell phones, you know, whole 9 yards, bit scratched, you know, all that good stuff. She has drug done down his gravel driveway and skin him up like a skint pig. I mean, she don't play around. Now, tonight when we go live, I'm gonna do like what Lisa Ann's talking about and get her to talk on Summer's behalf. Because I believe there are some half truths about this, but we know that she'll never be completely satisfied because it's not all there together. Because there's things at Eastman Dam, there's things there to home. You know, she stresses out about some of her stuff. And I'm going to find that video, and y'all can find it yourself on there. Is something other about the walkthrough of the Wells home, or Summer Wells walkthrough, or something like that. I may have titled it her name. Something like, anyway, is a walkthrough of the house. When they walked down into the basement, by the time they got down there, I done heard 6 or 7 different disembodied voices, and also seen Summer's full body apparition walk right through the wall. You can see it plain as day. If you can't see it, let me know. I'll set the phone up or bring the computer in the living room, set it up in front of the big screen, and we'll watch it all together. And yeah, and yes, Chris, the interview room. He's the investigator that walked through the home with her. And let me tell you something. I don't think he caught these things either, but I guarantee you he felt them. Because nobody on the face of this earth has believed one word that come out of either one of them's mouth. Even Dr. Phil didn't believe one word that come out of their mouth. And he's been a professor for nearly 38 years. And he's well known to know actions, facial expressions, hesitations. He's equipped to understand every bit of body language. And let me tell you something. The grandma was just as guilty as Don and Candace. And people don't need to forget, it wasn't just the moment that Summer lost her life. It was the things that she endured during her life. She found love after death. So again, like I said, we will not ever, as long as there's breath in me, we will not ever stop doing sessions and things for Summer Wells. and I'll keep my word, and we will start and get on Rose as well. I gave my word to that, and I'm going to stick to it. So if y'all don't care, while we go in here and get our dinner going, y'all go watch this video I uploaded yeah earlier about spending the day out with us, and leave a comment, leave a like, and I don't know exactly what time we'll go live. Might be 9:30, 10 o'clock. I don't know. Might be earlier. I don't know. Just keep an eye on your devices. I love y'all, and I will see you guys in a little while. Yeah.